It's time for Ryan's Roses. It says, Dear Ryan, my husband became a driver for a ride share company. Mm-hmm. After he was laid off. I was not and still am not okay with it because I hear all these stories of crazy drunk women in the car. We agreed he would only work during the day, and it had been going well until I logged on to his app for the company and noticed he's only been driving to and from one location. Ooh. The address is downtown LA, and it just doesn't seem right to me. He is acting strange as well, but can you please help me get to the bottom of it? Adriana, Boyle Heights. Who's downtown? Adriana, who's downtown that it could be? Do you have any idea who's downtown?
I have no idea.
No idea who might be at this location?
No clue. I know it's an apartment building. I don't know anybody who lives there, and I don't know why on earth you'd be going there every single day.
But is he going there and staying there, or going there, picking somebody up and taking them somewhere?
Yeah, like, what did you see?
No. So he does a drive there every day. He's picking somebody up, and then he drops somebody off there at the end of the day, too.
It's like someone's personal shuttle.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I also saw him pick somebody up there, drive over to the Marriott one day in downtown LA, and then after going to the Marriott, going straight back to the first place.
It wouldn't make a lot of sense because if he's out trying to make some dough, he'd be making more runs.
Yeah.
Right.
Throughout the course of the day with all that time, right?
No, that's exactly.
You have been together how long? How long have you been married?
We have been married 7 years.
Wow. And how many kids do you have, if any?
Three little babies.
Adriana, I'm going to have Sissany call and offer him some roses, and we want to find out who he sends them to and what he puts on the cart. You know what I'm saying? Because that could tell us a lot. Figure out who's downtown. That's what you want to know. So
Sissany, it was an apartment building.
What name are you going to be?
I'm going to be Marissa.
Okay. Where are you calling from?
Trendy Flowers.
Trendy Flowers. Okay. All right. Adriana, I need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then whatever his name is on Kiss FM.
Ryan, you have my permission to call my husband on Kiss FM.
Okay, good luck. We want to be very quiet until we can get some information here, all right?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, sis.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Robert?
This is him.
Hi, Robert. My name is Marissa. I'm actually calling from Trendy Flowers. How are you doing this morning?
Good. How you doing?
Hi. I'm calling because, you've been chosen to receive a free dozen roses, and you can send them to anybody today. I don't need any billing information from you. These are totally free. Just the name of the person you want to send them to, and maybe you can write a little note.
What's the catch?
There's no catch. Honestly, I would love for you to refer me to your friends and family for the holidays and stuff like that, but I don't need any billing info from you. It's just completely free. So is there anybody you want to send them to?
And they're totally free.
Totally free, I promise. They'll receive them this afternoon.
All right. Go with Miss Daisy.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Miss Daisy.
Miss
MISSDAI.
Daisy. Okay, and then what would you like to write on the note?
Let's go with thank you for everything.
Thank you. Say that again?
Thank you for everything.
Thank you for everything.
Yeah.
Robert, who the hell is Miss Daisy?
Robert, I need you to know it's Ryan Seacrest and Sissany. Your voice is being broadcast on the radio. That is your wife, Adriana. Who's Daisy?
What? This is none of your business.
No, this is your wife has asked us to call you. Your wife has asked us to call you. So who are you sending the flowers to? That's all. That's just a simple question.
This is it's a woman that I was picking up, and it's a client.
Okay, look, Robert, in the interest of time and just everybody here, you sent flowers to someone that wasn't your wife, right?
Yes.
Okay, now who was that person?
She's an older lady, Adriana. She's a widow. She just lost her husband.
She's an older lady, like 70, 80?
No, late 30s. I don't know. Maybe late 30s, early 40s.
Kidding me?
How is that older?
It's older. It's older than us.
Where does she live, this older woman?
She lives downtown.
Okay, and so you go and do what downtown?
I pick her up. She's just lost her husband. She needed a driver, and she's super nice, but she's really fragile right now, and she needed a driver. And I said, okay, look, I will drive you, but I want business every day. And so she basically has hired me as her personal driver. She contacts me every day, and I pick her up, take her where she needs to go. There is nothing, absolutely, this is not what it is.
But you can't make any more runs or make any more money in between the time that she's not using the car? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
She doesn't like driving anymore, okay?
I got that, but why can't you? I mean, you're not doing other runs, so that seems like you're taking money out of your own pocket.
She's given me a very good...
Is she giving you extra cash? Oh, well, let's not get into that. Yeah. Just listen, Robert, tell me this.
Yeah.
Are you cheating on your wife?
Absolutely not. I would never do that, all right? I've got 3 kids.
Why wouldn't you tell me about this? Yeah. Like, if that's the case, why wouldn't you tell me? That seems like something that I should know. We agreed you were only going to do pickups during the day, so you don't have to deal with any crazy drunk chicks, anybody trying to get on you at night. But here you are spending every single day with some woman.
Yeah, one woman, okay? I'm not making...
That doesn't make it better that you're spending every single day with someone that's not... some woman that isn't me.
Babe,
you should have told me about this.
Scenario. How is this going to look, right? She tips me in cash. Okay, we need the money.
So are you seeing the money, though, Adriana? Because if you're seeing some money here, maybe he's telling the truth. Are you seeing any extra money coming in?
Not extra money. I guess maybe if she's taken over the regular rides that he would have for a day. But in that case, like, why is he taking all of the rides with the same person? You know?
Hey, that's
like,
better.
If he's going to make the same amount of money, then why does he have to spend all day with this woman?
Robert, we just need to know if you're telling the truth. Are you cheating or not?
I would never cheat on my wife.
All right. I don't know what to say, Adrian. I think you're going to have to look at him in the eye and see if he is telling the truth on your own. I'm going to gavel him now for calling a 38 older woman.
Oh, God.
Like, that's my biggest issue. Good luck to the two of you. Right? Oh, I'm thinking he's driving Miss Daisy around.
That's what I thought.
38.
He's like 38.
Older
We're
woman.
like, what?
It's time for Ryan's Roses as a public service. If something's going on in your relationship and you just can't put your finger on it, as an option, you can send us an email, tell us your story. We'll call you and see if you want to go on the air. And we've got an email here from Cyprus. Patty's out on maternity leave, so you'll make the call.
Okay.
It says, Dear Ryan, this past summer, a new girl started at my husband's office who works pretty closely with him, and he started talking about her whenever we would talk about his day. He's never been this way with any coworkers in the past. Then last Friday, I found out the holiday party invitation came out. It includes a +1, but he told me that there were no +1s. Aha. I confronted him, and he told me none of the guys are taking their wives or girlfriends, so he figured it would be fine. I need to know if he's not taking me because of this other girl. I think maybe something's going on. I have to know if he sends roses to that girl. Okay, so let's get her. Hi, Emily. How are you?
Hi, Ryan. How are you?
I'm okay. So let's just start. What's her name?
Katie.
What do we know about Katie?
Okay, so I just got to tell you, I'm really stressed out because I've been listening to your show for years, but I never thought I'd be calling about my husband. We've been married for 5 years. So this girl, Katie's been working at his office, and they work pretty close together, and suddenly he starts talking about her all the time, and I think it's pretty unusual.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he's worked with other women in the past, but, he's casually talked about them, but not to the feeling that I'm getting that he's talking about this girl a bit too much. And so last Friday I was looking through his work bag, and I noticed a holiday invite to the party that I went to last year, and it said +1. So I confronted him about it, and he told me that none of the guys are taking their wives or their girlfriends this year.
So that's what's interesting to me. So let's assume he talks a lot about the woman, but the party invitation says +1, and then he says you're not really going because nobody else is bringing their girls. Are you friendly with any of the other wives or girlfriends where you can check and find out?
Well, yeah. I can, but I'd like to believe that, you know, he's not lying to me, but I honestly just want to know if he's cheating on me.
You want to know if he sends these flowers to Katie?
Yes, basically, yes, because I'm.
Well, let's just get to that then. Let's just get to that. I mean, this could be easy because we know her name, and Sisney and for Patty will offer the roses and see what he does.
All right.
Sisney is going to call him from the flower shop and offer him some roses as a promotion for free. Mm-hmm. And we have to find out who he sends them to and then what he puts on the card. So it's not only the name, it's also the note. Okay? All right. Okay. I just need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then whatever his name is on Kiss FM.
Ryan, you have my permission to call on Kiss FM.
All right, good luck, Emily. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to David?
Yes, speaking.
Hi, David. My name is Becca. I'm calling from Sweet Flowers. I'm just calling because I just wanted to let you know that you've been chosen to receive a free dozen roses.
What?
I'm doing a promotion here for my new flower shop, and you've been selected to receive a free dozen roses. You can send them to anybody you want today, and they'll actually receive them this afternoon. I don't need any billing information from you. They're totally free. Is there anybody that you would like to send them to?
Really?
Yeah.
There's no catch or anything like that?
No catch at all. I'm just trying to promote my business that I just opened here in Cyprus.
Oh, okay.
I just need the name. Yeah, I just need the name of the person you want to send them to and something to write on the note.
Yeah, I would like to send them to my wife, and I want the note to say,
Oh, okay. Hang on a second. To your wife, what's her name?
My wife's name is Emily.
Emily, and I'm sorry, did I hear you correctly? You wanted to say I blank? Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
David, it's Ryan Seacrest and Sisney, and your voice is being broadcast right now on the radio. I just need you to be aware of that and understand that. Your wife is on the phone. Emily, do you know what he's apologizing for?
No, David, what are you apologizing for?
I'm apologizing because I didn't invite you to, my Christmas party at work.
So you know she's upset about that. And do you know why she's upset about that?
Because I didn't invite her.
Well, there's more to the story. You should tell him, Emily.
I'm upset about it because you told me that all the guys were not taking their girlfriends and their wives, and I found the invite to the holiday party in your bag, and it said +1, and you said there was no +1, so you lied.
Well, yeah, I lied about the +1.
So, and you've been talking about Katie quite a bit.
Oh, no, Dave.
That's the elephant here. The elephant in the room, Katie, and she said it. David, if you don't mind, I'm going to be blunt and just get to this because your wife is concerned that you're having an affair with Katie. Is that true?
No.
She's really worried about it. She thinks you talk about her a lot, and then you leave her out of coming to the office party. What is she supposed to think?
Now that you put it that way, I mean, you're making me see that. Yeah, it does look wrong. It does, but I promise, I swear on everything that there's nothing going on between Katie and me. Nothing
okay, I have a solution, Emily, then, based on what I'm hearing from David, just to move this along and get you the peace of mind that you need. David has invited you to the holiday party. You're going to go. And you're going to talk to Katie, and you're going to put David in front of Katie, and you're going to ask any question you want, and you're going to watch their dynamic, and you are going to know exactly what's going on or not going on with them.
Look, I'm going to explain the relationship between Katie and I, okay? Katie is probably like one of the only, cool coworkers that I have left in the office. I mean, she's very understanding. She's really supportive. She's really cool. My other, okay,
you're not close to somebody.
Okay, I understand, but all right, I didn't want to say anything.
David, let me ask you. So, all right, Emily, you're going to this party, you're going to have the conversation, but David, why did you not want her to come initially? I'm curious.
The thing is that last year, my wife, she doesn't really drink that much, and she's a lightweight. So she had a little bit too many tequila shots, and the tequila really got her really wasted. I mean, she was clumsy. She was, breaking like glasses of champagne. My coworkers and their wives were making fun of my wife.
So you were embarrassed?
To this day, yes, I'm embarrassed. I mean, because you're not like that.
Why wouldn't you tell her that a year ago?
Yeah.
Why are you holding that until this year? That's crazy. I mean, what kind of relationship are you in where you can't tell her that?
I don't believe that.
I didn't want to hurt my wife's feelings. That's why.
But you did anyway. Like, you made it worse by not telling her. All right, guys, look, let's stop going in circles. Emily, David, you're going to the holiday party. Emily, you're going to see Katie. You're confronting Katie at the holiday party.
Yes.
It's that simple, all right?
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
I'm cool with that. Yeah, that's fine.
And then you'll know, like, you're going to know. Like, you've got intuition. You will know, okay? And let's leave it at that. David, thank you for staying on to try and explain it. Emily, good luck at the holiday party, all right?
Thank you, Ryan, for doing this.
All right, thank you. I had a lot of thoughts about him.
I know.
So I want to get to Evelyn in Cerritos. She says, Dear Ryan, this is Ryan's Roses. It's time for Ryan's Roses. Public service. She says, Dear Ryan, my husband and I were at Cheesecake Factory for dinner. The reason I like Cheesecake Factory is you can get anything under the sun. Mm-hmm. And whatever you want, they got it on the menu.
Especially cheesecake.
That too. Anyway, she says his phone was on the table. He got a text. When he looked at it, he put the phone away really weirdly. I asked him who had texted him, and he said, it was just Susanna from work. She says, we should get the chicken Bellagio. Interesting. I asked how she knew we were here, and he just shrugged. It was weird. Anyway, I ended up bumping into her in the bathroom. She was there in the same restaurant at the same time, sending my husband a text. I asked my husband why he didn't tell me she was there, and he said he didn't want to say hi to her. So it just got weird. She just thought it was all weird. Let me grab Evelyn now. Evelyn, I'm trying to make sense of it myself. Could it be coincidence that she was just there, or do you think that he told her that you guys were going there and she showed up? What do you think happened?
I don't know. Honestly, I think that maybe they've gone there together, or she was just trying to be a spy. I don't know what to think of it, but I need to get to the bottom of this because it was just really weird, and he was acting really strange. It was like
you know her though. If you recognized her, you obviously met her before.
Yeah, definitely. They've had work events, and I've seen her before. They're always working together, and he speaks about her often. I get it, but.
Do you live in the same area, or were you near Cheesecake Factory near their office? Like, is it possible you could just be in the same restaurant at the same time?
It may be possible. She is married. It was Friday, but she was probably with her husband, a date night. I don't know, but
you saw her in the bathroom. Did you say anything to her?
I just said hi to her, and she was just like, "Oh, hi. Oh, you're here." Surprisingly to me, I'm like, "How? Why wouldn't she know that I'm here? Why
she just texted?"
I thought you were saying that when you get married, Cheesecake Factory is where you go. Like, it's just fait accompli.
No.
You get married, you go to Cheesecake Factory. That's what you do.
No, I was thinking maybe Friday, date night,
Okay.
After work. But her energy was weird.
But she said, just so we're clear, she's married, you're in the same Cheesecake Factory, and he gets a text from her while you're sitting there together. Now, she could have just been, she could have been just cool by sending a text. She saw you guys there.
Just come up to the table and say hi.
Yeah, but his reaction towards the message.
Yeah, because she doesn't seem so guilty in what she's doing. Like, if I saw Sissy in a restaurant with Michael, I might send her a text going, get the chicken Bellagio.
But she knew I was there. She knew I was there, and she acted as if she didn't know I was there. When I asked him, how did she know we were there, his response was more of like a shrug.
Let me grab Patty to the mic. Patty, so you're going to make the call. Evelyn, I just need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then whatever his name is on Kiss FM.
Okay. You have my permission, Ryan, to call on Kiss FM.
All right. How long have you been married?
5 years.
Okay. Patty is going to offer him some roses. We want to find out who he sends them to and what he puts on the card.
All right. I'm freaking out. Okay.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Mike?
This is he. Who is this?
Hi, Mike. My name's Patty calling from Beautiful Flowers. How are you? I'm doing good, thank you. I'm not really interested, though.
I understand, but before you let me go, can I just let you know that you've been chosen to receive a free dozen roses? They're completely free, and you can send them to whoever you want today at no charge. I know you usually get a few marketing calls, but I'm not a marketer. I'm calling you because I just opened my flower shop here in Cerritos, and I'd like for you to take it.
How did you get my information, if you don't mind me asking?
You may have purchased something online in the last 6 months and you opted to receive free promotions or coupons. And here's the promotion that I want you to accept and send anyone you want today at no cost to you, including the delivery. Free roses.
So you're telling me that I got a free dozen roses and it's not going to cost me a thing, no tax or anything?
No, nothing at all. All I do ask is if you can just refer me to your friends and family now that the holidays are coming up. It'll be great. It'll be great for me.
Oh yeah, that's great.
So you're helping me. I just opened my flower shop, so anything else. Thank you. So let's start with the person you want to send them to, and then we'll go with more details like the address.
Sure. Send it to Susanna.
Okay, and what do you want to put on the note? I handwrite the note myself.
Just because, and
I'm
just
sorry?
put my name. If you don't mind just writing just because, ... and my name.
Hey, Mike, it's Ryan Seacrest in Sissany. You need to know your voice is being broadcast on the radio. Your wife, Evelyn, is on the line, and you've just sent roses just because to Susanna. Could you explain that? Explain to your wife what you were just sending to Susanna and why.
I was sending...
So you were sending Susanna roses because...
Okay, Susanna works with me, and she's a great help.
And I cook and clean for you every day. All right, that's why you were so nervous the other night. Yeah, when you got that text message, and then you lied. You lied and said that you didn't know why she knew we were there, and then she wants to play it off like she didn't know we were there.
Mike, are you cheating on your wife with Susanna? It sounds like it.
I mean, no disrespect.
Oh, you're stuttering.
Yeah, okay, está bien.
I don't want to talk about this right now.
Right, but Mike, your wife is concerned. You're at the Cheesecake Factory. Susanna was there. A text came in. You acted weird. She acted weird. Something's going on with the two of you. You sent her roses. So go ahead and just tell your wife what's going on.
I don't really want to talk to you, man.
Don't worry about it because I'm on my way to your job right now. I'm on my way. I'm going to speak to you and Susanna just because.
Why don't you just wait till we're home and then we'll just talk about all
this? Just because.
It's a lot more complicated than
we're going to talk. You and Susanna.
It's not that simple.
Just because. So we're going to all have a little talk just because.
All right, so Evelyn, you're going to his job?
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Don't do that.
I'm on my way.
I'm in the middle right now. I got people waiting for me. I can't do this. Can't be taking phone calls.
I'm going to let you guys take it from here.
Thank you, Ryan.
And
bye,
good luck
Evelyn.
with everything. I hope you get the answers you need, Evelyn. Thank you for sending us an email.
Thank you.
All right. You do not want to be Susanna right now at that job. Nor Mike.
No, you don't. Oh.
She is a feisty one.
It's almost like she knew. She just needed the confirmation.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and she was just like,
she
all
for
right,
sure
I'm doing
knew.
this.
And check up, she kept throwing back the card in his face. I'm coming down just because.
Oh.
We're going to have a talk. Why? Just because.
Just because.
You do not want to be at the front desk of that place or wherever they work. It's time for Ryan's Roses. Now, Patty's going to have this baby soon, and Patty does a phenomenal job. Kudos to Patty for all the many roses calls that she's made. She's just seamless at it, and somehow she draws things out of people. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
But Patty's going to have this baby.
Totally.
And Patty may have the baby now. She may have the baby tomorrow. We just need to be prepared for when she has the baby.
So what are we going to do?
So who's going to make the Ryan's Roses calls? I think it's you.
Me?
I think it's you.
Me.
Sissany, you should make the calls. You should change your name every time.
Okay.
And we might even make it not roses every time. It may be chocolates or milk and cookies. I don't know.
Oh, but do you want it to be roses right? Am I doing it today?
Yes.
Wait, like I'm doing it right now?
Yep, right now. I'm going to set it up so
my heart is pounding. Okay.
we're going to dial it up, all right? And you say hi. What name do you want?
I think I'm going to be Layla.
That's a great name.
Okay.
All right, let me read the email, and you just think about what you're going to do here.
Okay,
You've done this.
I got this.
It says, Dear Ryan, I'm 6 months pregnant with our first baby. My boyfriend has been very distant, and I can't get to him. I feel very alone. He does not seem to care. He is not home. He's on his phone all the time and does not care about anything. He seems very disconnected, obviously. I've asked him if there's another girl, and all he says is, what are you talking about? So 6 months in, this is supposed to be a joyous time. It's the final trimester. The last 3 months.
It's like, where is he
and
at?
he needs to be there the most. You got to show up the most right now, okay? But he's not. So what, was he scared? Is he afraid? Or is there something else going on? Let me grab Marissa. Marissa, how are you, Marissa?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Doing okay. Thank you. Congrats on the baby, first of all.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm 6 months pregnant.
And this is your first. I mean, this should be a really exciting time for you and your boyfriend. And his disconnect is just peculiar.
It is really strange. I'm kind of lost. That's why I'm coming to you. He's just been so distant lately, you know.
Was the baby an accident?
No. Well, yes, but when I told him I was pregnant, he was so excited.
So he was supportive from the beginning, and now he's pulled away. All right. And your hunch is there's maybe somebody else drawing his interest in.
I really think so.
Have you guys talked about the future though? Like, do you want to get married afterwards, or?
We've talked about it. It's just we haven't talked about it recently in the past 4 months or so. You know, he'll come home late and not really like say like anything to me. I'll cook him dinner, his favorite food. He'll just pretend like he already ate or doesn't care.
All right. So Marissa, I need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then whatever his name is on Kiss FM.
Ryan, you have my permission to call on Kiss FM.
All right, we're going to call him. Sisney's going to offer him some roses. We want to find out who he sends them to.
Okay.
But we also want to find out what he puts on the card. So beware that we just want to lay out until I jump in and get as much information as possible, okay?
Okay.
Good luck, Marissa.
Thank you.
Good luck, sis.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello, can I speak to Alex, please?
Yeah, this is Alex.
Hi, Alex. My name is Layla from Bloom Flowers. How are you doing this morning?
Working. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. I'm actually calling because I wanted to let you know that you're going to receive a free dozen roses. I'm doing a promotion for my new flower shop, and I just, I'm trying to get my name out there, and I'm just offering free roses to some people. So, do you have anybody that you would like to send them to? They're absolutely free. Honestly, all I need is the name of the person you want to send them to and like a quick note, and they'll get them today.
Well, I don't really know how you got my number, but it doesn't matter. I don't really.
You might have
anybody to send it to, so it's cool. You don't have to. You can tell someone else.
No. I mean, you don't want to send them to anybody. Maybe do you have a girlfriend?
Really I don't have anybody that I want to send it to.
What about like your girlfriend or like?
No.
No.
Nobody. Well, I appreciate it. I really do.
Okay.
Hey, Alex, it's Ryan Seacrest and Sissany. Your voice is being broadcast on the radio. I need you to know that. And I've got your girlfriend, Marissa, who's telling me that she's pregnant with your first child, 6 months pregnant, on the line. So why wouldn't you send the flowers to her?
Alex, listen, I did this because I want to know what's going on. You've been asking, you're so distant from me, and I don't know what to do.
You don't need to do this on the phone like this. This is like our private stuff,
Well, I ask you, and you just pretend like, you flip it on me, like I'm here, aren't I? And it's really hurtful. I don't know what to think at this point.
Alex, do you want out of this relationship?
No, I do.
So your girlfriend tells us that you're not engaged, that you were engaged at the beginning of the pregnancy, and now you're disconnected. And she thinks that somebody's occupying your time. Is there another woman, Alex?
No, there's no other woman. I don't understand.
Well, Marissa, tell him what your concern is, that he's not involved, he's not engaged, he's pulling away, he's feeling distant, disconnected.
Like, you won't even talk to me about baby names. I've had to make the nursery myself. Like, I don't know what to think. What do you want? What is it that you're not getting? Just tell me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this has been like inside me for like a while now. But I've been hearing from people that like the baby isn't even mine.
Oh.
So.
From who? What are you talking
about? So like I've been hearing that from people, and I know that you and Jose hooked up, so that might be his.
God.
That kid might be his, and if that's true, then I don't know if I want to be with you.
Marissa, is it true that you were hooking up with another guy while you were with Alex?
No, how could you say that? I don't even know who's telling you this.
Well, who's Jose?
Who's telling you this?
Yeah, who's Jose?
Jose is my
She knows
ex.
who Jose
So
is.
did you go back to your ex while you were with Alex, Marissa? And was it within this time period?
No, this is not how it happened. This was a long time ago.
But is it possible?
I'm 6 months pregnant.
Right. Is it possible? Had you seen Jose 6 months ago?
No,
Well, then why is Alex being told you have?
I do not know. Who is telling you this?
You know who told me this.
Who?
You know who told me this.
Tell us.
I don't
Can't
know
say
who's
this,
telling
but
you this.
You're playing me. You know that? You're playing me like a fool.
I am not playing you.
And that's why. Because it's not mine, and if you're pretending like it is, that's...
Well, hold on. It's
Blame.
not yours or it's possible. Marissa, you're the only one that can clear this up. Is it possible that it's not Alex's baby? Did you see Jose in the last 6 or 7 months?
I honestly, I don't remember.
Can't even answer
Well, that's a
you.
yes. I mean, that to me, if I'm
Wow.
Alex, it's possible that it's not my baby.
I don't think it is Jose's. I don't think it is.
See, you're playing me. I know you. I know what you're trying to do.
No,
You can go figure
I'm not
shit out
playing
today,
you.
you know?
We've talked about this. You wanted a baby, and we made it really clear that it was going to be ours.
That it was going to be, or
Are
it
you
is
there?
yours?
Well, it has not born yet.
I know, but so are you sure that it's Alex's?
Listen, I don't want to get frustrated because this is a sensitive situation. But Marissa, did you hook up with Jose? Is it within 1% possible that it's Jose's baby?
I haven't seen Jose for quite a few months.
But quite a few months.
months.
But to
Hello.
me, you're not sounding
I don't
clear.
even know who you've been with. I don't even know who you've been with. So this is.
I have to
This
be
is
honest with
something
you.
You and I have already talked about.
But Alex has a point, and I have to be honest with you, Marissa. Your hesitation and your lack of like being clear makes me wonder myself. If I'm Alex, how do I know for sure?
Well, Alex and I have already talked about this.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay? He knows that I've been with Jose,
So-
but it hasn't been recently. That's why we agreed that it was going to be Alex's child, because I haven't seen Jose in almost a year.
Wait, am I understanding how pregnancy works or not?
I don't know.
If it were a year, it's impossible. If it were,
Even 7 months, it could still be possible. Because sometimes you're pregnant and you
but
don't even know
Marissa,
for the
you
first
sound
month or
like
so.
you have been with Jose within the window, or and because you just said we decided it would be
That's right.
Alex's
He's
baby
confused.
regardless. I'm confused. All right, hey, both of you, hang on for 1 second. So, just help me out. So she gets pregnant 6 months ago. She's 6 months pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
If it were a year ago, it'd be impossible. But her lack of just being clear makes me think that she was. And the fact that they've talked about this before, and she just said they agreed that it'd be Alex's baby regardless.
Yeah. If she's 6 months pregnant, then I mean, she could have found out that she was pregnant around 2 months, which means that's only 4 months ago.
Patty, can you make some sense of this? I mean, you're about to have a baby.
She would have been with Jose between 7-8 months ago.
So I think this is I think it sounds possible to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
Said
need to
when
get a
she said
paternity test.
Year,
So can they get a paternity test to find out for sure?
Yeah.
not right now.
No, it's too late.
She has to wait till after the baby's born.
Afterwards.
Yeah.
That's how. Okay, so
This is like an episode of Jerry
you should see all
Springer.
the guys in here. Like, is that how that works?
I know.
all
You can't do-
the engineers in the studio just came out from like under the counters.
But wait a minute. You can't do a DNA test when the baby's in you?
I don't know, but
I thought
Tubbs
you
just
could.
spun his stool around.
Is it your baby, Tubbs?
all right. It's time for Ryan's Roses. Here we go. This is a public service. Now, if you think something's going on in your relationship and you can't get to the bottom of it, send us the note. We'll see if you want to go on the air. Sarah in Glendora writes to us this. Dear Ryan, my husband has had a number saved on his phone contacts as telemarketer. When I saw it, I asked him, and he explained it was a telemarketer who calls. So he saved it so he knows not to pick up. Mm-hmm. So the other day, I saw he texted the telemarketer.
Oh.
I went in and checked. It just said, I loved it, nothing else. But I looked at the number under the contact, so you can go into the thing and hit I get information, right? And it wasn't, and then pictures that you have stored come up at the bottom. Be careful.
I know.
If that person that sent you pictures, they're all there if you hit I at the bottom.
If you need to be careful about something, but
people send pictures that they're not bad. They just, all of a sudden, if you see it, you go, whoa. Anyway, but I looked at the number under the contact, and it wasn't a toll-free number. It was a local 626.
Interesting.
So it gets weirder and weirder. I went into the call log, and I saw a couple of phone calls to the telemarketer number. This telemarketer, in quotes, thing originally happened over a year ago, but I think something's going on. Okay, so
wow.
That's weird. Sarah.
Hi.
Hi, thanks for coming on with us. So telemarketer at the surface, fine, but then you don't reach out to a telemarketer. And then you get into the contacts and you see that he says, I loved it. Any other text that you could figure out to connect the dots of why he's saying I loved it to the telemarketer?
No, that was the only text in the whole conversation. So I think other ones must have been deleted.
And how long have you been with your husband?
We've been married for 8 years.
And do you have kids?
Yeah, we have 2 young kids.
Okay. This is really, it's not good, right? Because he's clearly doing something behind your back. The question is, who is it and what's he doing? How far is he taking it? Right?
Right.
What, when you looked at the call log, how many calls, what's the volume of calls coming in and out with this number?
There weren't very many, but some were outgoing. And so it was only a handful. I scrolled pretty far and it was only a handful, but you don't call. Why would you call a telemarketer?
Yeah.
And why would you text loved it?
Exactly.
All right. We're going to get Sarah here and then call her husband and offer him some roses. Sarah, we want to find out who he sends the roses to and then what he puts on the cart. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. I need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call and then whatever his name is on Kiss FM.
Ryan, you have my permission to call my husband.
What's his name?
On
Kiss FM?
On Kiss FM.
Okay, be very quiet. Let's see what we can find out on the card here and who he sends them to.
Okay.
Okay, sis. Here we go, dialing.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to John?
This is John.
Hi, John. My name is Lucy. I'm calling from Luxurious Flowers. How are you doing this morning?
I'm well.
Hey, I wanted to see if you just had a few minutes. I'm calling because you've been chosen to receive a free dozen roses this morning. And you can send them to anybody that you want today. I don't need any billing information from you. These are totally free.
I'm sorry, why am I winning these roses?
Well, you just got, I'm opening my new business and I'm trying to kind of promote myself and you've just been randomly selected today. In the past 6 months, you may have, made a purchase online and you clicked a little button that says you wanted to receive promotional offers from other vendors and things like that. And so I'm just promoting my new flower business and you can receive a free dozen roses today and send them to anybody that you want.
Okay. If there's no catch, then...
No catch. I just ask that, if you love the flowers or whoever you send them to loves them, just promote, let them know where they came from. Luxurious Flowers.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. So, okay, great. So who would you like to send them to?
Could you send it to, Kate?
Kate. And is that with a K or a
Yeah,
C?
Kate.
Kate. Okay. And then you can also put a little short note, like a sentence or something. Anything you want to say to Kate?
Yeah. How about, for you, for everything?
For you, for everything.
John, it's Ryan Seacrest and Sissany and your wife on the line, Sarah. I need you to know your voice is being broadcast on the radio. Does Kate live in the 626? Does she have a 626 number? Who's Kate, John?
I just want to be clear, what's going on.
All right,
Right
let
now,
me
I thought I
make
was
sure you
saying-
understand. So your voice, everything we're saying is being heard on the radio now. Okay, I need you to understand that. So I've told you that. Now your wife is on the other line. She has written us a note telling us that she thinks you're having an affair with someone in the 626, labeled in your contacts as telemarketer. Now you've sent the flowers to a woman named Kate with a note that says "for you, for everything," and the question she has. Well, Sarah, you asked the question.
Who is Kate?
That I don't know why we had to do it this way.
I had to know. I don't know why you're texting a telemarketer your phone, and I thought I was crazy for thinking that there's a possibility you could be cheating, and you were.
So, John, what's the story, bud?
The story is things haven't been good, and I have been.
So you're having an affair with this other woman named Kate, the telemarketer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a yes. Is that yes?
That's yes.
How long has it been going on, John?
About a year.
And when were you planning on revealing this to your wife?
I don't know. I wasn't even thinking of I wasn't thinking of revealing it.
Oh, so you're just going to go about the rest of your life cheating on your wife?
I mean, it's time. You know what? I was thinking it was time to really face the music. And
Well, you said things aren't good. What's wrong? What's the breakdown in your relationship, John?
it's been 8 years, and it just hasn't felt right. And their problems, their issues. It's just not.
Sarah, did you feel like there have been problems and issues? Do you understand what John's saying?
No, I don't know. I don't even know what you're talking about. We have a great family. Our kids. Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
I love the kids. It's not about the kids. It's just you can still have that. That can still be great. And what we have, you and me, Sarah, is just not the same as what it was before. It's just not. I don't have the
An
same.
8-year marriage isn't a honeymoon. Like, you go through challenges together and you work through them. You don't cheat on the other person.
Look, we can talk about this. And
You should have talked about it a year ago.
I just want to ask one more question before we let you both go. And Sarah, I'm sorry that you're hearing this news. Kate, what is Kate's expectation of your relationship with her?
She knows that it's there's nothing more there. It's not about.
She knows that you're married with
Yes.
kids of 8 years.
Yes.
And she knows about Sarah. And she's fine with it.
I mean, she's not fine that I'm in this situation where I feel like.
But she
I
understands.
cheat
She
on
knows
my
that you're
wife.
married to Sarah.
Yeah.
Did she expect you to leave, Sarah?
No.
Okay. Sarah, we're going to put both of you on hold. Actually, John, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you go, John. Your wife is going to be in touch with you, I'm sure, momentarily. Sarah, we're going to let you go too. I'm sorry they had to find out this way, but at least now, the unknowing is gone. And I think you should address this with him together in person.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sarah.
Good luck, baby. Thank you for calling us.
Thanks, guys.
It's time for Ryan's Roses. Dear Ryan, I decided to go to my friend to visit in Arizona because she was just having a baby. So I logged on to Southwest to book the trip. I noticed my husband has a crazy amount of miles. We don't travel that much. So I did some digging into his flight history. He's been going to Vegas. Whoa. Not good. All the time. Weekly. When he should be going to work, he's going to Vegas. And she discovered that. So we got problems. So what's he doing in Vegas? Does he have a gambling addiction? Or does he have a girl there? So that, I mean, it's that actually that simple. Let me get Serena on the line. Serena, good morning. Thanks for sending this. How long have you been married?
3 years, about 3 years in August.
All right. So does your husband have a gambling addiction?
Not that I know of. He's been going to Vegas a lot, so I don't. Maybe that's I don't know, but
I mean, what was the feeling you had when you found out that he was going every single week?
Yeah.
And at first it's like I looked at the account and I thought like it's got to be a mistake. Maybe like they accidentally put miles for something or someone else's account or something. I mean, because he's gone like a lot for his job and stuff. He's in marketing, so he goes to like conferences or in San Diego and things like that. But I mean, it's crazy. I don't know why he'd be going to Vegas every week.
Let's find out.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
And is he flying there like in the morning and comes back the same day, or is it overnight?
That's the thing. Like, there's a couple of overnights, that he's been gone, but it's all been, things for work and things like that. But it's just like, it's not like he's gone for like days at a time or anything. So
and he's been hiding this from you, which I don't like. Serena, just tell me that, just say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then whatever your husband's name is on Kiss FM. Go ahead.
Ryan, you have my permission to call on Kiss FM.
Sisney's going to do the call. We're going to offer your husband some flowers.
Yeah.
We want to find out who he sends them to and what he puts on the card, okay?
Yeah.
So be very
quiet. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Alex?
Yeah, that's me.
Hi, Alex. My name is Lauren. I'm actually calling from Flowers and More. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, good morning. I'm actually calling because you've been chosen to receive a free dozen roses today.
How was I chosen for that?
You maybe bought something online in the last 6 months to even a year, and you opted in to get some promotions. And so I'm just new in La Puente, and I'm just trying to promote my business. So, giving you a free dozen roses today. You can actually send them to whoever you want. They're free.
Okay. I don't have to purchase anything. Just send them to somebody.
Yeah, and I don't even need any information from you or anything. So I just need the name of the person you want to send them to and a quick note, and then we can send them this afternoon.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll do that. Let's send them to Stacy.
Stacy. Okay. And then what would you like to write on the note?
Let's have the note say, does he do this for you?
Alex, it's Ryan Seacrest. I need you to know that your voice is being broadcast on the radio. I have your wife, Serena, on the line. Who is Stacy?
Stacy is my new intern.
Does he do this for you? Does he do this for you? What does that mean?
Alex, what? Who are you talking about?
Yeah, who is this?
Is this whoever's in Vegas?
What?
Alex,
Vegas? What?
Alex, are you going to Vegas every week?
I travel to Vegas for business sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you go to Vegas every week, Alex?
I don't know how long.
Alex, we know.
We have your flight history.
I have Southwest has shown us your flight history. We know you're going every week. You're coming in. Sometimes you stay. Are you cheating on your wife in Vegas with anybody there at all?
I met somebody in Vegas. I don't know how it happened. I didn't mean to do it.
Oh, come on, bro. You didn't mean it. You have a wife. You didn't mean to do it. You didn't mean to fly to Vegas or hook up with some chick named Stacy. How long has this affair been going on, Alex?
Look, I was at a bachelor party in Vegas. I met this girl. It was just some crazy connection, and I don't have that with a lot of people. I don't know. I wasn't trying to meet somebody.
Right.
So
you didn't mean to get on a plane to get to Vegas to meet this girl, but you did, and you cheated. And how long has it been going on?
Well, we met over the summer during a bachelor party.
When do you want to tell your wife that you're having an affair, bro? When was that going to come up?
I was going to break it off.
You were going to break it off with Stacy or with me?
So considerate of you.
I've been trying to with Stacy. I've been trying to end it. I know it's not right.
You have been trying very hard. You've been flying to Vegas every week. So how hard have you been trying to break it off?
And every time I say this is when I go, I say this is. I'm going to tell her I can't.
break up with her by
Can't what?
text or anything. I had to tell her in person, and I just get there and I can't do it. And it just,
Alex, you
on.
are I don't even want. I don't know how much airtime I want to give you right now.
I am so happy that I found out this right now this way, because now I don't have to waste another 3 years with you.
How could you just throw your 3 years of marriage away?
it wasn't on purpose.
Alex, are you an adult?
Come on.
Are you an adult?
I'm sure you've made plenty of mistakes before. I don't think
Alex, I make a lot of mistakes, but I'm not married. I don't get married, so I don't screw it up.
Fair enough.
Thank you. But Alex, I'm hanging up on you because you've got to talk to your wife. You've completely shattered her heart. Serena, I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry, but at least you know.
Yeah, I'm really glad I know now. I'm really glad that I found out now, because now I don't have to waste another 3 years on this weak loser.
Oh my gosh, I feel so bad.
All right, well,
you know what? Don't even feel bad. Feel bad for him.
I do feel bad for him.
I do.
Good luck, and we wish you happiness. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for calling.
Thanks.
All right. It's time for Ryan's Roses. It says, Dear Ryan, my husband's getting more and more distant. This has been happening for a few weeks now. He's always working, and when he's home, he's constantly on the phone. The other day, he didn't come home from work till 10 p.m. Am I really going to believe he was at work that whole time? But in the back of my mind, I kept telling myself that the holidays were coming and I would get my husband back. But now he tells me he has to be out of town over Thanksgiving. Okay, now that's strange.
That's
We've heard this
weird.
before, and usually it's a bad sign. I feel like I'm losing him to someone else. By the way, the other thing here, just the psychology of it, Sissany. If he is cheating, to not be there for Thanksgiving,
It's like, come on.
it's like saying I want to be caught.
I know.
I mean, if you are, you got to make sure. I don't know. It just seems like a dumb idea. Wendy, thanks for coming on with this. I tell you, over the years, when we get close to the holidays, we hear stories like this, and it usually doesn't end well. What does he have to do for work over Thanksgiving?
He says he has to go out of town for a business, some last minute meeting.
What does he do?
He works at the port in an office.
At the port in an office. Is the port open on Thanksgiving Day? The port of Los Angeles?
I feel like it would be, right?
It is, but for whatever reason, they're sending him out of town. They have some sort of emergency meeting called.
The port of Los Angeles has an emergency meeting outside of Los Angeles?
Weird.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think it's very weird.
All right. How long have you been married to him?
11 years.
And how many kids do you have?
We have 3.
Okay.
But he's been coming home late every night?
Well, usually he's like very routine and very normal, but lately he has been coming home late, and the other night he came home after 10 o'clock.
It doesn't make any sense at all. I don't know. I don't know the port schedule. It doesn't make any sense to me that he would have a meeting out of town.
I know.
For the port here in Long Beach. This is where you're talking about the port here, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
on
that's
Thanksgiving
why
Day,
I'm
it's just
so
not possible.
Well, that's what I thought. And you know, we've always had such a good relationship, and I was hoping that in the holidays we could, you know, close that distance that's come between us.
Yeah.
And then this came up, and I know he's working really hard to getting, you know, like a promotion, and like he's working really hard, and I get it, and I don't want to. We've always been so good. Like, I mean, we've had our normal arguments and things like that, and we've never had anything major, and I'm just worried, like, my imagination is running away with me and that I'm losing him to somebody else.
We're going to try and make a phone call here. I just need you to say, Ryan, you've my permission to call, and then whatever his name is on Kiss FM.
Okay, Ryan, you have my permission to call. On
Kiss FM. Okay, got it. All right, so we have that. Is that clear? We have that? Okay, good. What we're going to do is Patty's out on maternity leave, so Sisney's going to fill in for Patty, and Sisney's going to call your husband and offer him some roses. We want to find out who he sends them to and then what he puts on the card, okay?
Okay,
and then I'm going to ask him, if we get him, I'm going to ask him to explain his port schedule to me.
Yeah, and be really quiet when he responds.
Okay, make sure you don't jump in until we start talking to him, okay? Very important.
Okay.
Here we go. You ready, sis?
I'm ready.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Jeremy?
This is him.
Hi, Jeremy. This is Erica. I'm actually calling from Flowers and More. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm okay. How are you?
I'll make this real quick. Sorry to bother you. I'm just calling because you've been chosen to receive a free dozen roses.
Free? Really?
Yes, you can actually send them to whoever you want today. I don't need any billing information from you. These are totally free. Just whoever you want to send them to, and like we can put a little quick note on that, and they'll get them this afternoon.
Really? Like no credit cards or anything?
I don't need any credit card information from you. I just need the person, like the name of the person you want to send them to, and whatever address it's going to, and then like a quick note. And then just obviously, if they like them and you like them, just refer me to your friends and family for the holidays.
Sounds too good to be true.
I guess it kind of does, but yeah, it's free dozen roses.
Is there any way you could deliver them on Thanksgiving?
Deliver them on Thanksgiving. Yeah, I think we can do that.
Really? Oh, and is there any way you could deliver them at kind of a specific time?
Sure. What time?
About 11 o'clock.
In the morning?
Yes.
Okay. And who do you want to send to?
I'm going to send them to my mother-in-law's house.
Okay.
Hold on, let me get the address.
What's her name?
Well, I want to make the card out to my wife.
To your wife. And what's her name?
Her name is Wendy.
Wendy. And then what would you like to write on the note?
Okay. On the note, I just want you to put, open the front door.
Open the front door. Okay.
Jeremy,
Yes.
it's Ryan Seacrest and Sissany. I need you to know your voice is being broadcast on the radio, and
Hi.
Wendy has asked us to give you a call. She's actually on the line now, listening to all of this, and she asked us to call you because she's concerned that you're not going to be around on Thanksgiving. Were you planning a surprise for her?
Well, I thought I was going to have to be out of town, but now I'm not, and I was going to surprise her, but I guess that's not going to happen now.
Well, Jeremy, why did you think you were going to have to be out of town? She told us you work for the port. The port's closed from what I see online on Thanksgiving, and she said you had a meeting out of town. What was that all about before?
Well, it's the crazy time of year with everything coming in for all the holiday shipments and stuff, and I thought there was a chance I wasn't going to be around. So,
well, but that doesn't make any sense, to be
closed.
honest with you. What do you mean? If it's closed, it's closed. And why are you going out of town to meet about the port that's in Long Beach?
Oh, because I'm dealing with international people and shippers from all over the world.
But it sounds strange to have to be gone on Thanksgiving Day, Jeremy. That part didn't add up to your wife. Well, Wendy, you can actually tell him why you were suspicious.
Well, I feel so silly now and so bad, but I was so worried because you've been working late hours, like till 10 o'clock, and my imagination started getting the best of me. And it's not that you've ever done anything else, but I'm like, what could keep you away from your wife and kids? Because you're not like that. And I was hoping that the holidays we'd have time together. And then when you told me the other day that you'd be gone, I was just crushed. And
oh God! Well,
I'm so sorry.
Well, I guess I have to tell you, I was up for that big promotion, and I didn't get it, and I didn't know how to tell you, and I've been really bummed out about the whole thing, and just kind of been staying at the office longer, and I'm just down on myself, and I just didn't know how to tell you all that. So I'm sorry, honey.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. It's so
I know.
sweet that you didn't get it.
Hey, Jeremy.
Yeah.
And Wendy.
Yeah.
I'm still confused a little bit, but I look, it sounds like you guys are fine. I'm going to give you $500 from Ralph's for your Thanksgiving meal since you will be together.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Wow.
All right.
Wow, thank you so much.
Do we still get the flowers, or
no flowers? There are no flowers, but I do feel like we owe you something. So
I
let
know,
me give you.
I feel bad.
We'll take care of your Thanksgiving meal, okay?
Oh, thank you. That's really nice.
Thank you so much. I feel so much better. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm glad you feel that way. We're gonna let you both go, okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right,
Happy
guys.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Bye bye.
Thanks.
We are bad people.
She called us, or she emailed us.
No, she did email us, but we are bad people. I mean, we just blew the guy's surprise.
I know.
Like, this is your influence.
Me?
Yeah. This would have happened with Ellen K.
Oh my gosh.
This is your influence, isn't it?
You told me to do the Ryan's Roses.
I didn't tell you to be Erica.
Why is
All
Patty
of a sudden,
pregnant?
Erica.
This is Patty's fault.
Patty's out. I can't blame Patty. She's busy right now having a baby. But
oh man.
I gotta be honest with you. I know that Wendy's content with all of this. Something's weird.
I believe him.
Something's weird. He does not have to not be here on Thanksgiving. There's something not totally adding up about the story.
But I believe him about the whole promotion thing.
I don't know that. I mean, we're bad people, but I don't know that I don't know. Is anybody else with me on this? Tanya, what did you think?
Well, I think that this guy obviously does not know about roses because he just didn't seem like upset.
But maybe he did. Like maybe he did know about roses.
Oh, now
and that's why he sent that's why he sent the flowers to his wife at his mother-in-law's and then made up this story that he all of a sudden doesn't have to go out of town.
You think people are that tricky?
Yeah.
Brian, your brain.
No,
I'm with you now.
I'm just saying to you, he seems like a sweet guy, and I love that he sent the flowers to the mother-in-law's door and says, hey, open it up. Here I am. But there's something weird about him being distant. The promotion thing, I don't 100% buy it.
Okay.